Welcome or welcome back to Beauty Bees. It's Iris today. We are updating my project pan for 2024. This is the first update because my schedule has been a little bit wild lately. Sorry about that. I'm gonna try to get back onto something closer to normal, but it means that I do have some really good progress to show. So let's get into it and let's get started with some products that I am trying to hit pan or finish. The first being this Laguna bronzer from NARS. This is a mini size. I believe, yes, I got this in the Sephora birthday gift a couple of years ago at this point, and I really have not been using it super consistently over the past few weeks. I have been using the Too Faced Hot Cocoa bronzer a little bit more. This is a little bit more cool toned, whereas Laguna is a bit more warm toned. I feel like this will be a little bit easier to use during the summer, and really I just like this for the winter because it has a little hot chocolate design and it smells like cocoa. Laguna just isn't as tempting to use when it's snowy out, but it's not snowy today. It's actually in the 60s today, which is awesome. So should have used this, but I didn't. Anyway, my first goal is to hit pan on this and then we will reconsider. I do have quite a dip going on. You can see there's quite a bit of the side of the pan showing when you look at it from an angle, but there's still a long way to go before I hit pan on this one. I have really good progress on the other products that I am trying to hit pan or finish, but I decided I was going to get these two out of the way first. So this is from, where is this from? This is from Etude, and it is their Lovely Cookie Blusher in Peach Shoe Wafer. And I was working on a purple shade in this same line last year to hit pan. I decided to put this in for the same goal, and I think I used it like twice. I just completely forgot that this was in the project. I had to look at my sheet to figure out what the 10th product that I was supposedly working on for the past month was. Yeah, so I need to put this somewhere where I will actually think about it and actually use it next month, and hopefully I will make some progress. One nice thing that I found about the lavender shade that I worked on last year was that you started seeing the rings within the product pretty quickly after you started using it, and I ended up using quite a bit every time I applied. And I find that to be the same story with this, at least as far as the amount that I use. I'm hoping that I will see that little beacon of hope of the rings through the product pretty quickly. How long it'll take me after that to actually see pan is sad. So let's just focus on the rings for right now. Product 3 is a fragrance. This is Firecracker Pop from Bath & Body Works, and this was essentially brand new when I brought it in. I had sprayed it a few times here and there, but for all intents and purposes, it was effectively a full product. And now I am down right at the bottom of the word pop. So I used a little bit over half of this in the past 6 to 7 weeks. The goal that I'm trying to hit on this is either to finish it or to roll it out when I finish a perfume. I am probably within a week or two of finishing off the Tom Ford Electric Cherry perfume. And the way that I've been using this is to refresh throughout the day when I'm wearing that scent, because I can't smell that scent after a few hours on my skin, but I know that it lingers because as I'm loading my washing machine, sometimes I can get a whiff of it. So it's definitely sticking on my clothes. It's just I can't smell it anymore after a little while. So I thought this would be a really nice option to freshen up that scent, because it is, in a similar vein. They're both cherry scents, though the Tom Ford is more of a maraschino cherry used as a garnish on a cocktail scent, whereas This is like a cherry soda kind of scent. And I know that this doesn't really last very long, so I'm not going to like choke out the people around me with insane cherry fragrance if I use this a couple of times during the day in addition to the electric cherry. That was probably more detail than anyone really wanted to know, but I think because I have gotten so far in this fragrance that I'm going to focus on finishing this and moving it out, no matter if it outlives the Tom Ford or not. And here we're getting to the things where I made some really great progress. We have the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Blush in Call My Blush. Last time I had the tiniest little speck of pan that I don't think you guys could even really see, but I knew was there, and it was giving me a lot of motivation. I thought that it was really thin throughout the center area, and I was right. I have so much pan now, and almost every time I use this blush, I can see the pan expanding, like use to use, which is really exciting. I think that I probably have about 2 months left with this product before I'm at a point where I'm ready to call it done. I won't care about product that's gathered around this rim of the pan. That just, I like this blush a lot, but I don't love it enough to really worry about that amount of product, and I'm kind of ready to have this done. So I think probably 2 months, maybe 3, and I think this will be gone from my collection. I'm so excited. I'm really looking forward to panning this thing. I think it will be awesome. I haven't panned a blush in a really long time. I didn't pan any blushes last year, and I must have panned one the year before, because I definitely had like a blush to finish and a blush to hit pan on in my 2022 project pan, but that seems like a very, very long time ago at this point. And the last product that I am working on finishing is so close. This is from Beauty For Real. It is their eyeliner in Olive. I'm wearing a lot of it today, and you guys, that is twisted all the way up. I think I have like 4 uses left. I think this is going to be gone next month. I am so excited. I've never finished an eyeliner before. Every eyeliner that I have ever had has dried up on me before I could finish it. So this will be a big first, and I'm really excited to see that happen. I am so ready. It looks pretty. I really do like this product, but I really want to see it go just because I've never finished an eyeliner before. And that brings us to the end of the products that I am trying to hit real goals on. Kind of, I guess. This one I'm putting in a different category for some reason, even though I am trying to hit pan. This is a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. This is in the shade A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes. So it's a Cinderella shade, and mine isn't glued in, so that's why I'm holding it like this. I do not have pan, but I do have quite a dip going in this. I used this like 3 times this month. I just did not use this consistently at all. I do have a shade in my, why can't I not think of it? My eyeshadow panning project that I think would go really well with this, but I haven't been wearing that one very consistently either. So I think I need to make a point sometime of just focusing on using that shade, using this shade in the inner corner with it, and maybe I'll see some actual progress, because I really do want to see pan in some of these Super Shocks. I have 3 products that I'm trying to get to 10 uses. The first has been a fail. This is a blue eyeliner from 3Ina. This is, I don't know why I'm looking for it. It is a liquid eyeliner. It is a gorgeous blue shade. that's not really my everyday go-to. I've used it twice. One of them, I'm pretty sure, was like in the intro video. So, yeah, killing it. But I will keep on trucking. And you know what? These two would be pretty together. I should do that. I think the times that I used it this month, I did it with like a purple eye look, which again was very pretty and I think worked out well, but I also want to get a bunch of use on that blue eyeshadow. So, synergy, right? These other products I've done quite a bit better on. I have the ColourPop Fair Enough Super Shock Blush from the Snow White collection. First of all, this is like the prettiest collection as far as the Super Shock Blush packaging goes. And the blush itself is quite bright, but I'm wearing it today and it's far more approachable than I think it looks. I am wearing this on the apple of my cheeks, and then I have just a heck ton of a Charlotte Tilbury highlighter, which is providing almost all of the glow. But this is a nice coral shade when it's sheared out, but you could go absolutely insane with the color. It's really versatile in that way. My goal, like I said, was to get to 10 uses. As of right now, I am sitting at 6 uses, so I think one more month and we should be able to move this one on out. I also made quite good progress on this CoverGirl lipstick. This is in the shade Tantalize. It is half of what I'm wearing today. I also have this mixed with another CoverGirl lipstick in like a bright pink shade. This is definitely more on the purple side. Let me give you a swatch of that. So definitely more purple than what I have on my lips right now, but this is a really fun lipstick color. I think it's quite flattering. It's nice for spring, and I used this 9 times over the past 6 weeks. So I am just 1 use away from my 10 use goal, and I decided that since I am at 9, that I was going to bring in its replacement right now, and hopefully I can be close to halfway or maybe even a little beyond that on my goal for this next product by the next update. So the product that I'm replacing it with is from the Balm. This is the Merry Luminizer. I just have a mini. This product has been on my mind recently because I purchased for my sister's birthday this month a little set from the Balm that includes one of these mini Merry Luminizers, and it is just such a pretty highlighter. It is a light champagne gold shade. You can see it right there. It is maybe a hair deeper than what I would ideally like for my skin tone, but it still works really well for me. It has such a pretty glow, and it works with a nice variety of different blush colors. It's not so warm that it looks weird with cooler blushes, and it's not so cool. Did I say that backwards? I don't know. It works with any blush shade. You can go cool with it, you can go warm with it. It works out either way. I really want to be rotating through my palettes a little bit in addition to getting good use on some single shadows that I put in another project, which will be linked up in the cards with the goal of like panning them. So the palette that I was working on this month has been this e.l.f. 18 Hit Wonders, and I've been really quite happy with this. Now honestly, I'm not sure I even touched this row of brights in the middle, with the possible exception of the purple. I might have used the purple in my outer corner a couple of times, but I don't think I touched these brights. I did get really good use out of this pretty much this entire row, I find these neutrals to be so grungy and pretty. And then we have this darker row that really like walks the line between being jewel toned and being grungy. It's a really pretty palette. It has a lot of different directions that it can go. I think that the look that I did most often this month was probably using Supreme in the crease and then picking really any of the shimmers in this top row, but especially this quartz shade, which is like a light peach, and using that all over the lid. I found that was really quick, really easy. It looked put together and pretty. I think if I continue to do a similar project to this, maybe next year during the summer, I should bring this palette in again and really focus on these brights. Or of course, I could just pull this out, on some Saturday and do something really bright with this middle row. Because that's really fun, and I essentially didn't touch it this month. Now for the palettes that I'll be working on in March, I actually decided to bring in 2 quads. So I'm wearing a little bit of both of these today. The first is this Hard Candy Envy quad, and this is a green quad. They have this line of monochromatic quads. This is the only one that I have tried, but it is surprisingly nice quality considering that I think I bought this for like $2.50 at Walmart. It was a total impulse buy, but it is really quite pretty. I think this is a somewhat unusual color scheme. Like, I really have one palette that hits all of the same notes as this, but outside of that ColourPop Tinkerbell palette, I don't have anything very similar to any of these shades, really. My favorite shade in this palette, and the only one that I'm wearing today, I think, I feel like I might have put some additional eyeshadow on at some point, but I don't remember it, is this really light shade. I think of this as like a Sprite color. Sprite like the soda. It is green, but it's a strange type of green. It's very glowing, and sometimes I think it's more mint. Sometimes I think it's yellow, which doesn't seem like it should be something I can confuse, but it's a lovely, lovely shade. I like how it reads as like a little bit of a green glow on my skin. I think it's really pretty, and I like how it is meshing with the second eyeshadow that I am wearing today, and the second palette that I will be focusing on, which is this bite-size eyeshadow from e.l.f. in the shade Rosewater. I am wearing this matte shade today. It's actually the only matte in the palette. These 2 shades are very shimmery, and then this is, I don't even think it's a matte with glitter. I think it's a satin with glitter. I think it's got a little too much shine in it to really be a matte with glitter. The quality on this is, again, really quite nice, but the color scheme is a lot more widely available than the Hard Candy. I think that if you are someone who is watching this channel, if you're someone who has maybe accumulated a little bit of extra makeup over the years, you probably have something very, very similar sitting in your collection like 7 times over. But it is nice, and I have it, so I want to get some good use on it. And I thought this would be nice and easy for quick work looks. Both of these palettes feel very appropriate for spring, and if I was going to bring in a quad, I wanted to bring in 2 that would work nicely together, because it feels really silly to say, oh, focusing on this little 4-pan palette is totally equivalent and a replacement for focusing on an 18-pan palette. That just seemed really silly. So, that's what I'm going to be working on this month. Thank you so much for watching. I thought that I didn't have that much to talk about, but somehow, apparently, I've been talking for 36 minutes. Hopefully, I have cut that down significantly. If not, thank you even more for watching than usual. And I hope that you all are having wonderful, wonderful days. And I look forward to seeing you guys maybe in the next one. Bye.